Why is it that we often look outside ourselves for spiritual guidance? This question, my friends, is not just a rhetorical one. It's a deep-seated curiosity that's embedded in the fabric of our human nature. We are, after all, spiritual beings living a human experience. Yet, paradoxically, we tend to look outside ourselves to understand our spiritual nature. Why is that? Imagine a bird that has the natural ability to fly, but instead of spreading its wings, it spends its entire life looking at other birds in flight, wondering how they do it. Does that make sense? Of course not, because the bird inherently has what it needs to fly. We too, like the bird, have within us the essence of what we seek. The divine, the spiritual, the profound, it's all within us. We are like a vast ocean, deep and full of mysteries, yet we often content ourselves with merely skimming the surface. We look at the waves, the froth, the floating debris, and we forget about the depths that lie beneath. And just as the depths of the ocean hold beautiful and mysterious life forms, our inner selves hold the divine essence that we are so desperately seeking. Yet we continue to look outside. We turn to books, to gurus, to various spiritual practices, all in the hope of finding something that will give us a sense of peace, a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging. But can these external sources truly quench our spiritual thirst? Or do they merely provide a temporary relief, a fleeting moment of satisfaction, before the thirst returns, stronger than before? The universe, in all its wisdom, has placed the answers we seek within us. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. The divine spark that ignited the universe is the same spark that resides within each one of us. Then why do we keep searching outside? Could it be that we are conditioned or programmed to seek outside of ourselves? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this question in the next scene. Our upbringing, society, and many other factors can condition us to look externally for spiritual guidance. This is the reality we often find ourselves in. We are raised in a world that constantly tells us where to find answers, what to believe, and how to live. From a young age, we're taught to follow certain paths, to adhere to specific ideologies, and to seek validation from external sources. This external focus is reinforced by our culture, our society, and often our religions. Cultural norms dictate what is acceptable and what is not, shaping our perceptions of spirituality. Societal expectations further condition us to seek external validation, pushing us to conform to certain standards and norms. Our religions, too, can sometimes lead us to believe that spiritual guidance is something to be sought from outside, from a higher power, or from religious texts. This kind of conditioning can limit our spiritual growth. When we are constantly looking outside of ourselves for guidance, we miss the opportunity to connect with our own spiritual nature. We fail to recognize that we, too, are divine beings, with the ability to guide ourselves on our spiritual journey. We forget that the divine is not just out there, in some distant realm, but also within us, in our hearts, in our souls. This external seeking can keep us from truly understanding ourselves, from recognizing our own power, our own wisdom, and our own divinity. It can prevent us from experiencing the profound spiritual connection that comes from looking within, from connecting with our inner self, with our higher self. But what if we were to break free from this conditioning and start looking within? What if we were to recognize that the divine is not just something outside of us, but also within us? What if we were to realize that we are, in fact, divine beings on a spiritual journey, capable of guiding ourselves, capable of finding our own path? What kind of spiritual growth might we experience then? The journey to spiritual enlightenment begins within. This is a profound truth that many of us often overlook. We look for answers in external sources, forgetting that our internal compass is the most reliable guide. Why is this so? Well, let's dive a little deeper. Looking within for spiritual guidance has manifold benefits. For starters, it allows us to tap into our innate wisdom. This wisdom has been accumulating over the course of our lives, shaped by experiences, lessons, and insights. It's like a wise old friend who knows us better than anyone else. By tapping into this reservoir of wisdom, we gain a deeper understanding of our spiritual nature. Moreover, Looking within helps us connect with the divine that resides within us. You see, the divine isn't an external entity that we need to seek out. Instead, it's an integral part of us, like a drop of water in the vast ocean of consciousness. The divine within us is the source of our spiritual essence, our true nature. It's the beacon of light that guides us on our spiritual journey, illuminating the path towards enlightenment. But how do we connect with this divine within? It's simpler than you might think. It's about quieting the noise of the external world and turning our attention inward. It's about cultivating mindfulness and awareness, paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. And it's about practicing self-love and acceptance, embracing the totality of our being with compassion and understanding. When we look within, we start seeing ourselves in a new light. We realize that we are not just physical beings living in a material world, but spiritual beings having a human experience. We start seeing the divine not just in ourselves, but in everyone and everything around us. We realize that we are all interconnected, all part of the grand cosmic dance. And this realization changes everything. It empowers us, uplifts us, and fills us with a sense of awe and wonder. It makes us realize that we are not alone on this journey, but part of a larger whole, guided by the divine within us. The divine is not something outside of us, it is within us. This is the power of inner guidance. This is the key to spiritual enlightenment. So, how do we start looking within and connecting with our inner divine? You might be wondering. Well, the path to cultivating inner guidance is not a one-size-fits-all. It's a journey that's as unique as each one of us. However, there are a few practices that can aid us in this process. Firstly, let's talk about meditation. Meditation is the art of silencing the mind, of finding that inner stillness that allows us to connect with our true selves. It's like tuning into a radio frequency. The more you practice, the clearer the reception becomes. And don't worry if you're new to this. Just start with 5 minutes a day, focusing on your breath, and gradually increase your time. It's not about perfection, it's about practice. Next up is mindfulness. This is all about being present in the moment, about truly experiencing life as it unfolds. It helps us to tune out the noise of the external world and tune into our inner wisdom. You can cultivate mindfulness in your daily life by doing simple things like savoring your morning coffee, really tasting it, feeling its warmth, or by paying attention to the sensations in your body as you walk or breathe. Another powerful tool is self-reflection. Take time each day to reflect on your thoughts and feelings. Ask yourself questions like, what am I feeling right now? Or, why did I react that way? This practice of self-inquiry helps us to understand ourselves better and in turn connect with our inner divine. And finally, be patient with yourself. Cultivating inner guidance is a journey, not a sprint. It's about gently peeling back the layers of conditioning and programming to reveal the wisdom that resides within. So, take your time, be gentle with yourself, and remember that every step you take is progress. Remember, it's not about reaching a destination, it's about the journey. So, embrace your journey of self-discovery and inner guidance. Trust in the process, and most importantly, trust in yourself. You have all the wisdom you need within you. All you need to do is listen. Embracing the journey to inner guidance is a transformative process. It's a path that calls for patience, for perseverance, and for the acceptance of the ebb and flow of spiritual growth. It's not a straightforward journey, nor a smooth one. It's a journey riddled with questions, with moments of doubt and, yes, even moments of darkness. But it's in these moments, in these challenges, that we grow, that we evolve, that we truly begin to understand the depth of our own inner guidance. It's essential to remember that the path to discovering the divine within isn't a race. There's no finish line, no ticking clock. It's a journey that unfolds at its own pace, in its own time. It's a journey that asks for our trust, for our commitment, for our courage. It's a journey that invites us to delve deep into the core of who we are, to uncover and honor the divine that lies within. The journey to inner guidance is a journey of self-discovery, of self-awareness, of self-empowerment. It's a journey that challenges us to step outside of our comfort zones, to question our beliefs, to confront our fears. It's a journey that ultimately leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves, of the world around us, and of the divine within us. Remember, the divine is not a destination. It's a journey. So, to recap, we often look outside ourselves for spiritual guidance due to conditioning and programming. Our journey, however, is about unlearning this tendency, recognizing the divine within and nurturing it. This process of inner exploration and self-awareness is what spiritual growth truly entails. It's about embracing the journey and honoring the divine within us in our daily lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Remember, the journey to the divine begins within you.